Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a Nike guide. Huge shout out to Joe Man is here. He really gave me this Nike idea, so I'm going ahead and made a Nike guide. So if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at the end. To start off, we're going to go ahead and look at Nike's abilities, and then we're going to go into her build. So let's look at her passive. Nike sets 3 goals that her team achieves, and they get buffed. These 3 goals are eliminating 10 gods as a team, eliminating 250 minions as a team, and getting at least 2 allies to level 20. And when doing this, you could get up to 3% bonus power and up to an extra 2% movement speed, which doesn't sound like much, but could come in handy. So let's look at Nike's 1. Nike's 1, she slams down on the ground 3 times, and it deals damage, it shreds protections, and it also disarms, which is kind of ridiculous, and the range on this move's pretty dumb. If you're on Conquest, this is what you're going to get up to clear lane, and this is what you're going to start leveling. Let's look at Nike's 2. Nike's 2 forms a cone barrier out in front of you that can push enemies, if they touch it, away from you, and also it absorbs basic attacks. So hunters, this is super annoying. This is why Nike support's really dumb to play against, because your hunter could stand directly behind you while you use the shield and shoot them. Also, you could abuse this by pushing the enemy, by getting behind them into your tower early game if you're like on the solo lane or support, whatever you're doing. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. So let's look at Nike's 3. This is her escape. This is your, oh no, this is bad, we gotta get out of here. Nike's 3 is it's fairly simple. It's just a jump. There's nothing like magical that happens. Let's look at Nike's ult. Nike's ult is pretty annoying. Nike's ult does damage. It also gives her a shield that scales with your HP. So the more HP you have, the bigger the shield is, and it also slows for 40%. Yeah, you heard me right. 40%. For 4 seconds. That's like an eternity in Smite. And a combat situation, that is like infinity. That is so annoying. To maximize Nike's ultimate, you would want to build a lot of HP, because it'll give you more shield, and you could have like an entire HP bar on top of your HP bar, which is kind of ridiculous. Alright guys, so let's get straight into the building. Alright, I got this solo up top, and I got the support down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this isn't the end-all be-all. Feel free to change up the build for your playstyle or the match you're playing up against, but I'll give you a brief rundown of the items and why I picked them. For solo, I would build Warrior's Axe, because that just slaps right now. And I would upgrade that into Sundering Axe, because it steals your enemy's protections, and then you get them for, what, like 8 seconds or something? Rune Forged Hammer slaps, especially on Nike, because you have a ton of CC, crowd control, and you do 20% more damage when that happens. I would say Stone of Gigai. Feel free to change the order too, just in case you're playing against like more magical than physical. Stone of Gigai, if you're playing against like a Bacchus, you know, Wheelix, Hebo, like just characters that just knock you up in the air, pull or grab you, just super annoying stuff. Stone of Gigai is going to be your best friend. Mystical Mail, a long-time favorite of mine. It's ridiculous. It's just pulsating damage around you. It's pretty neat. Alright, I would say the new breastplate for cooldown reductions, you get some mana, and the new glyph for breastplate is kind of stupid. And I would say Magi's Cloak for some magic protections, not much, but a bunch of HP. With Nike, you're going to want a ton of HP. And I would say on the solo lane, I'm an old timer when it comes to this. I get teleport with first relic, and I upgrade that into heroic, because you could teleport to not just wards. Like in the end game, you should have tons of wards on like objectives. You could get into team fights from other people's tier 1 towers or tier 2 towers. You could really be annoying just showing up randomly. So let's go and head and do the support. So of course you're gonna get the support starter item. I say Sentinel's Embrace because it basically gives your allies, not just you, protections, and that's ridiculous. Gauntlet of Thieves stacked slaps. You get a ton of HP. Mystical Mail, it's an awesome item. Gigai, instead of Gigai or instead of Mystical Mail, you could put in Sovereignty. I could really see Sovereignty helping you out. Relic Dagger is disgusting. It's a terrible, terrible thing to be playing against because Meditation and Magical Shell, you could spam this, or Frenzy. You could spam this with Relic Dagger. Relic Dagger is going to give you a ton of cooldowns for your relics, so you could constantly be spamming it. And then once you come over here and stack it, you have almost 4k HP right here. This is pretty ridiculous. Let's see how big that. It's a pretty nice shield. I can't exactly see how much, but that's a nice shield right there. But if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for the build, like something you would do differently, or anything really, I'd like to hear it. Also, I'm going to be making a King Arthur guide tomorrow, so if you enjoy this one, check out my King Arthur guide.